What is this book doing here? What is this book doing here? That wasn't me. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I almost said welcome back, but no one's ever been here, so that would have been a lie. You can't tell by the title, I'm going to be ranking every single book that I have ever rated 5 stars. And I'm scared because some of these that I've rated 5 stars are certainly questionable. They're over like 4 years. And also my taste in books has been rapidly changing and evolving. So a lot of these books I wouldn't even pick up now, let alone rate 5 stars. So we're just gonna see how this goes. The only reason why I decided to do a tier ranking is because I'm feeling FOMO. Because everyone's doing tier rankings of stuff and it just looks like so much fun and I want to join in. The bottom tier is That Wasn't Me, as in, no, I didn't do that. I did not rate that book 5 stars. I'm in complete denial. Someone came into my house in the middle of the night, took my phone, went on to Goodreads and rated this book 5 stars because that wasn't me. I refuse to admit that I rated this book 5 stars. Okay, it's just, we're not talking about it, okay? It's just going in the bottom. The second one is Don't Even Remember Reading This, meaning clearly it is not worth 5 stars if I don't remember reading it. But it's not like I think, oh, this is a terrible, terrible book. It's just that it's definitely not 5 stars. I don't remember reading it. I don't know what it's about. I don't remember the characters. Just nothing about it is 5 stars. It's just gone. And then we have maybe 4 stars. So this book, I still think is a good book. And if someone asked me, then yeah, I would still recommend it. But it's not 5 stars and I have no idea why I rated it 5 stars. And so it's just going there, hanging in the middle. And then the next one is I Said What I Said, meaning this book deserves 5 stars, okay? It's 5 stars. If I were to read it and rate it again, it would still be 5 stars. I wouldn't put it in the 4 stars. It's 5 stars, but it's not my all-time favorite. Like, this book is not inside of my heart. It's inside of my head. Do you get that? I think you do. Okay, and then of course we have on top, all-time favorite. Like, do I need to say more? Of course it's 5 stars. I will reread these books over and over again because I love them so much. Now let's get into the ranking because there's a lot of books here, which already tells you that I probably misjudged some of them. First we have Better Than the Movies. I'm gonna have to go with maybe 4 stars. This book, I think I rated it 5 stars because everyone was rating it 5 stars. Honestly, that's embarrassing to say, but yeah, it's not 5 stars, not in my opinion. I really liked some of the dialogue, but it was just a tiny bit boring and a tiny bit cheesy. I mean, I know it's rom-com, but you know, not the type of thing that I would reread. Like, I wouldn't reread it, so it's not my all-time favorite. And I also just think that there really is room for improvement. This is not a perfect book, and 5 stars means perfect, but I still love this book and I love the characters and I can't wait to read the sequel to this one. I'm so mad that she made them break up in the second one. Oh my gosh. Then we have The Emperor. Okay, I think this is also going in the maybe 4 stars. I don't think this is 5 stars because once again, I wouldn't reread the book. Like, at the time, I really enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was the vibe at the time, okay? And I really like the characters. It's definitely the best one in the series. But it's not 5 stars. You know, I wouldn't rate it 5 stars again. I don't think. I feel bad about that one because I really liked it. The Infinity Between Us. Unfortunately, this is gonna have to go in Don't Even Remember Reading This. You know, the fact that I rated it 5 stars means I really enjoyed it. Like, I had the best time reading that book, probably. But I would never reread it. Like it's just gone. Like at the time I really liked it. I do remember that it was at a beach house and it went from present past perspective. That's just it. And I remember there was this big plot twist at the end that I kind of anticipated. Like it wasn't a shock for me. Before We Were Strangers, all-time fave, because I'm telling you, this felt like my first real 5-star read. I would read this again in a heartbeat. This was an amazing book. It was more, I think it was more literary fiction than romance, which I'm actually starting to switch genres to literary fiction because I'm telling you, every single literary fiction book that I've read has been 5 stars for me. I just think I love the genre. I love the way that it's written. I love the character development that happens in it. I love that it's so character driven and like a character study. It's my favorite type of book. And this felt like that. It was so sad. I think it's one of the first times I actually teared up in a book, which does not happen often. I didn't cry, but I was definitely emotional and it affected me in the best way possible. I loved that book. Okay, so the next one we have is Confess by Colleen Hoover. You know what, I actually did like this book. It also leans a little bit more to literary fiction, if I'm not mistaken. I read this a really long time ago, but I think it's going to go in the maybe 4 stars because it's definitely not 5 stars, I don't think, because I don't remember the characters' names. I do remember the storyline and what happened in it, and I think it was very unique concept. I have never read a book like that in my life. I remember the characters were really interesting and I liked them. And just the story and the character development was really nice. I think that's Colleen Hoover's best book though. Yeah, that one and Heartbones. Let's see, I have Heartbones too. I'm gonna, wait, you know what? I think I'm going to say I said what I said, actually. I really like that book and I can still remember vividly everything that happened. I'm a sucker for summer books, like when they happen at a beach house in a beach town. Yeah, I love the character development in that one. I wouldn't read it again, which is why it's not in my all-time favorites. But I think, you know, I'm giving credit where credit is due. It definitely deserves 5 stars, I think, in my opinion. That's her only 5-star book from me. Let's put all of hers in the ranking. So I have Hopeless, which I think is gonna go for maybe 4 stars. November 9. We have our first That Wasn't Me book. That wasn't me. What are you talking about? No, I didn't give it 5 stars. No, I didn't. No, we're not talking about it. That book, I actually read it twice. Can you believe that? Because I really liked it the first time and then I saw people say that they didn't like it and that it was very problematic. And so I read it again to see if I could maybe agree. And I do agree that it's very problematic. I understand what she was trying to do. But yeah, Fallon forgave Ben way too quickly. Way too quickly. This is not a 5-star book. And someone, I'm gonna find that person, came into my house in the middle of the night, took my phone, went on to Goodreads, and rated this book 5 stars without my permission because I didn't do that. Daisy Hates. Oh, you know I'm gonna go all-time favorite. I love this book. I don't even know what to say. I just love the entire Magnolia Parks series, the world. I gave all of those books 5 stars. And I'm just gonna put all of them onto the top ranking, the top tier, because they are my babies. I love them. Magnolia Park's Long Way Home isn't here. Okay, just just imagine, use your imagination. I've put Long Way Home in there. Please, I love that book. I love that book. You need to imagine that Long Way Home is in there. I promise. It's one of my favorite books ever. That entire series. I'm not gonna start talking about it because then I won't stop. But it's not for everyone, okay? I know that. But it's for me. It was made for me. Let's just move on. Oh, the Addicted Calloway Sister series. I've seen that people don't like Thrive, but that was my favorite book. Because I know people don't like it because it's basically just all the events of Hothouse Flower that happens from Lillian Lowe's point of view. But I loved it because I love Lillian Lowe, you see, and I got their point of view of everything that was happening, which I think their point of view was very important. Honestly, I would reread every book in that series, even the ones that I didn't rate 5 stars because I feel like that's necessary. Yeah, Long Way Down, Hothouse Flowers, yep. All-time favorites. I love them. Oh, and Swear on This Life, all-time favorite too. Okay, yeah, I love that one. The same author as Before We Were Strangers. Actually, I think, oh, I read Swear on This Life before I read Before We Were Strangers. And that book, I think, was the first time I ever got that 5-star feeling where I was like, this is the best book I've ever read. I loved it so much. It made me feel a lot of stuff. It was so fast-paced, and just the way that it was written and formatted, the style of her writing, it was so beautiful. The characters were very well developed, and the story was beautiful and sad and heart-wrenching and entertaining. It was even funny at times, which it had no right to be. But it was just amazing. I remember every single part of this book, every single part. So of course it's 5 stars. I would definitely rate it 5 stars if I were to read it again. The Boy Most Likely To. I think that goes in I Said What I Said. It deserves 5 stars. I don't think I would reread it again, but Huntley Fitzpatrick is such an underrated author. I want to talk about her in a separate video where I can give a lot more thoughts because she's an amazing writer. Like, seriously, Book Talk needs to get on that, please. She needs to go, her books need to go viral because they deserve it. They're so much better than some of the books that I have seen on there, seriously. It's YA, but it's so good. I think that book made me cry, and that doesn't happen to me. It was so beautiful. I don't think it's romance, it's more literary fiction, but it does have romance. And that book is actually dual POV, which was so cool. Yeah, I loved it. It's definitely I Said What I Said. 5 stars, it deserves 5 stars. So, oh, next one, Fallen Jester. I think maybe that one needs to go in the 4 stars because it's not 5 stars. I really did enjoy it. It has a trope. It has a trope, okay, that everyone hates. But this book made me love that trope. I don't think I can say the trope because I'm not sure. I think that's a spoiler. But I loved Fallen Jester. I really did. It's one of Devney Perry's best books. In fact, I think it is her best book. Seriously, if you haven't read that one, go read it because it was amazing. A False Start. I'm gonna put it in I don't even remember reading this. And also, what is that one? I can't even see what that one's name is. I remember reading them, okay, but I don't remember what they're about at all. I don't remember the characters. I enjoyed them at the time. I know I love Elsie Silver's writing. She's a great writer. She knows how to write cowboy romances. She knows how to write, books with horses and stuff, and I loved it. But I can't remember everything, so which tells me they're good books, but not 5 stars. So we're just gonna leave it at that. But I did really like those two. I thought was true. I'm gonna go with I Said What I Said Why did I say it so weirdly? I said what I said because that is Huntley Fitzpatrick, and I just told you about her. And I would never rate a book of hers lower than like 4.5 because she's just that great of a writer. She knows how to write stories, she knows how to write characters, and all the details, even just the little details of her writing, her style, everything is just perfect. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's not like that obsessed with the series type of all-time favorite, but definitely 5 stars. Definitely. And then I'm gonna put The Way I Used to Be in all-time favorite because and The Way I Am Now is also going in all-time favorite because I think those two books changed me as a person, like altered my brain chemistry. I love Eden so much. I just want to hug her. I wish she really existed. I actually want to reread those books soon. And I still don't have the physical copies. I want to get the physical copies. But yeah, I love them. They're definitely 5 stars. And The Simple Wild. Ooh, The Simple Wild. This book, it's definitely, I said what I said, 5 stars. I wouldn't reread it. Oh boy, I love this book so much. It made me cry. The end, this was the first book ever that made me actually cry. Like the rest of them just made me kind of tear up and become emotional, but this book made me sob. Like the tears were actually running down my cheeks. This book, if you haven't read it, please go read it. It's not a romance. It has romance, but it's more literary fiction. Once again, do you see? Literary fiction just gets me, which is why I want to switch genres. But yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway, that book's amazing. I love it. Restore Me and Imagine Me and Ignite Me. Yep. Those are all the books that I rated 5 stars, in the Shatter Me series, and I stand by my word because I loved them. I remember them. Of course I do. I will reread them like 10 times because I love them so much. Aaron and Juliet, Kenji. Those 3 books are the best ones in the series, in my opinion. So of course they're gonna go in all-time favorite. They're literally my all-time favorites. I wish I could go back in time and read them for the first time again. Unravel Me. Unravel Me. I thought, like, what? That looks different. I thought it was Shatter Me series, Unravel Me, but no. This is by Becca Mack. It's another ice hockey book. And I think this is gonna go in I Said What I Said. That book, that's the only ice hockey book I've ever rated 5 stars, and it's gonna stay that way. That book was amazing. Really, it's about a single mom, and it's about adoption and about dogs and friendship group, found family. Everything was just perfect. I'm not gonna say too much, but I wouldn't reread it because it was like at the time I really enjoyed it and I thought it was an excellent book, which is why it deserves 5 stars. I really think it does. The first 2 definitely not. I think this is a standalone, so you can read it on its own without reading the first 2, and I'm not sure if I would recommend that because I feel like the first 2 you kind of have to read to understand all the dynamics of the friendships and the group and everything. But that one is the best one. The other ones I didn't really care for. I can't even remember them, but this one was a good one. Definitely a good one. I'll offer maybe 4 stars. Maybe 4 stars. It was my favorite one in that series. I don't think it's 5 stars. I don't really have much more to say on it, honestly. And then the same with Reckless by Elsie Silver. I really like that book. It's also my favorite in that series, but I don't think it's 5 stars. Like, you've seen my 5 stars. It's not on the same level. It's not on the same level. And so yeah, maybe 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars still a really good rating. Oh, the way I gasped, did you see? The Boys of Tommen series. I love them. I miss them. Don't get me started. I'm not even going to talk about them. Like, I'm actually deeply offended if someone doesn't like that, which I shouldn't be. Reading is subjective. But seriously, those books are amazing. I love them. I miss them. They'll always be my all-time favorite. I've already read the entire series twice, and you know how big those books are. They're like this size. They're very, very chunky. As Good as Dead. I think I'm gonna go with what I said, because this is the only book that I rated 5 stars in that series. And I'm shocked when I see that people actually rate that one the lowest. Like, what? That's the best one in the series. I loved it. I love that book. It made me feel like I wanted it to make me feel, okay? It was excellent. And I was so sad at the ending with Pip and Ravi. I think the Natural series is going in my all-time favorite because that series is amazing. It's better than the Inheritance games, for sure. Let's put the Inheritance games in the I Said What I Said tier. Because they're definitely, those two, I still feel they're 5 stars. Because I love them at the time, okay? I don't think I would reread them, whereas the Natural series, I would definitely reread. Jennifer Lynn Barnes is a genius. Like, seriously, someone needs to check her IQ. Why did I say that? I just mean she's incredibly smart, okay? She's one of the best writers, YA writers, that I have ever seen, ever read. Not one of, she is the best. Honestly, she is the best. I love her. I love her writing. It's so fast-paced. It's so well done. She knows how to write a character so well. We have Beach Read. Of course it's going in my all-time favorites. I just reread that book. Like, literally last week, I just reread it. And it's still 5 stars. It's still 5 stars. Gus and January. When I watch you sleep, I'm overwhelmed that you exist. I want one. Where can I get one? 11 Other Words. Wow, I read this a long time ago. That's going in I Said What I Said. Definitely a good book, but it's not like my all-time favorite where I was obsessed with it. I read it. I was like, okay, that was a good book. I was shocked at the plot twist. I did not see that coming. And I was sad at it. I felt really sad for Macy, I think was her name. And The Summer of Broken Rules is also going in I Said What I Said. That book, I love that book. I read it so fast. I think it was, yeah, I read it in one sitting. That's just the best summer book. And it's one of the rare cases where TikTok was right with the hype that it gave this book. It was amazing. I loved it. One of the best, definitely 5 stars. Definitely. Ooh, Becoming the Dark Prince. This is a novella. And it's going in I Said What I Said because Thomas Cresswell, if you still haven't read the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, what are you doing? What are you doing? Thomas Cresswell is the best male main character that's ever written. I Said What I Said. He is right up there with Aaron Warner. Did I stutter? No. In my top two of book boyfriends. If you don't like historical fiction, still read this because I feel like it might change your mind. And then Capturing the Devil it's gonna go in my all-time favorites because I would reread that book. I loved it. And then Houdini, Escaping from Houdini, I think 4 stars. Yeah, I didn't like that one that much. I think I was just excited and rated it 5 stars. But no, I don't think it's 5 stars. Maybe it's like 4.5. It's still really good, but not 5 stars. Anyway, I love that series. Took me a while. It wasn't bingeable in the beginning, but then once I got to Escaping from Houdini, I binged it to the end, which is, I think, why I rated Escaping Houdini 5 stars, because I got really excited from there on. Never Never? What is this book doing here? what is this book doing here? That wasn't me. That wasn't me. Oh, wait. Like, do you see? We're ignoring that. We're moving on. The Brothers Hawthorne is also going, as I said, with the rest of the Inheritance games. Then we have Alex Approximately. I think maybe 4 stars. I was also a little bit excited, but also really great. I love that book. I was just in a summer YA mood, and I read it and I loved it. It was really fast-paced. I love the characters. Second Chance Summer. I said what I said, okay? I said what I said because this book made me sob. It's the most I've ever cried in a book. So of course it's gonna be 5 stars because it just made me feel that much. I will never read it again because it was a little bit slow, struggled to get into it in the beginning, but I'm so glad that I read that book because of the understanding that it made me gain in life. I felt like it really meant something to me. So definitely 5 stars. Oh, My Life Next Doors. Also, I said what I said. It's going with Huntley Fitzpatrick because I rated all her books 5 stars and I still would. They're that good. Go read them. Like, literally pick any one book and read it. You won't regret it, I promise. Oh no. Jasper Vale? I don't remember reading this. And Indigo Ridge? I also don't remember reading that. I have no idea. Oh, wait, maybe I can put Indigo Ridge in 4 stars because, like, maybe 4 stars because I do remember a little bit. But no, I think it's going in. I don't even remember reading it. Looks like I've rated all my 5 stars, which are no longer 5 stars. Like, not all of them are 5 stars anymore. Every single book, except for those by Renee Carlino, I have ever rated 5. Oh, and Beach Read are a part of series. So I think maybe I'll do a video where I like look for books that are 5 stars, that are standalones, because it seems that I get attached to characters in a series and that really affects my ratings. But yeah, I'm gonna be reading more literary fiction, and then I'm going to probably get more 5 stars. That'll be it for this video. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe. That would make me so happy, like actually so happy. And just, I hope you have a lovely day. I really do. Or night, or whenever you're watching this. Thank you for watching. Bye.